Welcome to the Fill Your Cups podcast. We're your hosts, Morgan
and Bailey. Happy fall, y'all. I just really wanted to say that.
I know you did. Well, today, September 23rd, is like the second day of fall. Apparently, according to the calendar, the equinox or whatever it is, the 22nd is the first day of fall. So we thought that this would be the perfect time to do a fall bucket list episode.
Yes.
I know Jared always says that fall begins like Labor Day, but technically on the calendar, it doesn't. It starts on the 22nd. So we wanted to talk through some of our ideas for our fall bucket list.
Yeah.
I know for me, summer was really hot, and so there were like one or two things that I wasn't able to accomplish on the bucket list, like our tennis dates and whatever. So I'm moving those over to our fall bucket list. So as we talk through some of our ideas for our fall bucket list, whether that's carryovers from summer or just fun fall ideas, we are hoping to give you guys some ideas to really prioritize your fall and make sure that you're getting everything out of it that you want.
Yes. Before we get into the juice of that episode, though, what is filling your cup?
I'm boring again because of my clear aligners. I can only have water. So right now I have water. If we do like a morning episode, I'll probably make that part of my time with them off and have some coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, just water today.
I love it. Does it have ice in it?
No.
You're really boring today. I'm just kidding. Mine is also water, but it has ice in it.
Yeah.
It does have ice in it. I do also have a Quick Trip Dr. Pepper over there, but I think the ice is melted in that one, ironically. So I might not be drinking that as much today. I'm more on the water train.
Love it. Mm-hmm. So you had a shout out for today.
I did. We had put up on our story a little while ago, and we just kind of asked everyone what's filling your cup, because I want to say that the responses from those fill my cup. I'm like addicted to looking at the responses.
It's like,
stuff.
ooh, what are they going to say?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, what this person do, what this person do.
And then you're like,
so
ooh,
fun.
that is so cup filling. Of course they would say that.
Yes. One of our answers and a shout out we want to give is from user Molly Colburn 10. She said the luxury of a shower after a long day. And God, I cannot relate to that more. I love a shower after a long day, and whenever it's hot, and whenever you have good water pressure, and whenever you can like have some time to yourself.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She has this is my good friend Molly, and she has consistently been responding to our Fill Your Cups posts or stories, so I really love that.
I know, me too. I like whenever I see her name pop up, because I'm like, oh, Molly, and I don't even know Molly.
And you're like, she's got something good probably.
Yeah. She'll tell us what's filling her cup.
Yeah, so that was really fun.
It was.
I really appreciated that. So
make sure if you're not following us on Instagram that you hop over, give us a follow real quick. That way you can respond to our stories, stay in our lives, let us be a part of your lives.
Yeah, feel free to like tag your friends whenever you say what's filling your cup. You can always tag your friends.
Oh, that would be cute.
Actually, can you do that? I don't know, now that I think of it.
Oh. I mean, in your response, you could say,
oh, true, yes.
like, spending time with
yeah,
whatever, and then we could tag them for them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, shout out Molly. We love ya. Well, I love ya. Bailey doesn't know ya.
I don't know you, but I feel like I know you.
Anyway, do we want to go ahead and dive into the episode?
Yes, let's get it. Well, I know that we had such an amazing response from our summer bucket list.
Which was episode 2.
I know.
That was so long ago.
So long. Oh my God, it was so
Can you believe
long
that?
ago. No, I think this is episode 17.
Yeah, so 15 weeks ago. We've been doing this so long.
We have been doing this so long. It's so
Good
long.
job.
Good job to you.
So fun.
I love that. Well, let's do a little cheers for that one.
Okay,
little cheers. With our
15-week anniversary. Or
17-week anniversary. 17-week anniversary. Okay, anyway, back on track. We did a summer bucket list, and we just got such an amazing response off that one, and I feel like it was just a fun way to really like get everyone in the summer mood and to make people think about what you can do to make your seasons better and to like really just, I don't know, like make your life fuller.
Just get,
that's
get the most out of it, and and focus on what you want. You know, instead of letting the season pass you by.
Yes.
Focusing on what it is that you want to experience and having not just the most fun that you can have, but really that was kind of where it came from, like that including that childlike fun that we have kind of thrown out the door at some points being
there's
adults.
too many responsibilities. You have to work. There's houses to clean. There's bills to pay. But, like, let's bring back the fun.
Yeah, I know some of the responses that we got. So I mentioned this on an episode before, but my friend Brianna hosted a painting party. I got to be involved in that, which was so fun.
Yes.
And I
she
know
said it was directly after listening to the episode.
she did. She texted our group of friends and was like, okay, I'm inspired by Bailey and Morgan's podcast episode. We've got to get this on the calendar. And we did, and it was so great.
And you loved it. And I know that we've had, like, our mom and dad, they call it like a staycation where you're kind of in the area, but you still make it feel like a vacation, which is perfect for them.
They did a day trip out to Topeka.
Yeah, just a complete day trip. And mom had said, like, I was listening to your podcast and just decided we've been wanting to do this for years, just never actually did it. So we went and did it. Loved that. I know, like, my brother-in-law, Nicholas, he texted us right after listening, being like, we just bought a pickleball set. Like, we're going to play all the time. And we literally went to Beckett's birthday party today and played pickleball.
That's so fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
And then our sister, our beautiful, lovely sister, Julia, she said something that's inspiring. Take it away.
Yeah, she's told me a couple times, like, I think that I'm just going to really remember the summer of 2024 for the rest of my life because it's going to be the year of the summer bucket list.
I love that.
And
the summer of the summer bucket list.
Yes, and it's so cute. She's like, I just think that I'm always going to remember that summer by the bucket list. And so it'll just have a special place in her memories. And I absolutely love that. I think that's so sweet.
gosh.
And it's such a good way to reframe, and instead of letting your summer pass you by,
Yeah.
really fully focus on it. And we want to do the same for fall.
Yes, we want to do the same for fall. We want to keep those cups filled. That's what we're all about here on Fill Your Cups podcast.
Yeah.
I know that with this fall bucket list that we're talking about, we just talked about decluttering on our last episode.
Yes.
And we talked a lot about the fall because it's starting to feel like fall outside. And it just got me thinking that, like, I want a crisp, clean living room. I want the window open. I want to light my candle.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am so freaking ready for this fall. And I'm just ready to throw myself into it and, just kind of give it my all. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to give our ideas for what's on our bucket list, but then also just ideas of kind of how to romanticize the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I love that. I feel like bucket lists are such a good way to prioritize the things that you want to include in your season and just really be mindful and intentional.
Yeah.
And instead of, we talked a little bit about this on our last one with, like, relationships, but letting the other person choose for you how you're going to feel or what, that sort of thing. And it's like, you need to stop, and instead of letting whatever other demands in your life come up, choose what you're going to do and what you're going to be excited about and be focused on. Sit down, just think of like 8 to 10 things, write them down that you really want to do this fall, and that will bring you a lot of joy and fill your cup.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's such a good way to be mindful and intentional, really prioritize what you want. And I think we could just go ahead and start talking about our ideas.
I think we can too. So one of my favorite things about this bucket list is that they can be things that you're, like, going out and doing, but they can also be things that you're just doing in your own home.
Yes.
So for me, something I was so excited for this fall is football Sundays. So a lot of you will know already, my husband is a huge Chicago Bears fan.
Heck yeah.
Bear down. Living in a Chiefs town, which is kind of funny. But he was just never that into football until maybe 3 years ago. And then maybe 4 at this point. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't know that.
That's why he likes the Bears. It's so random. He randomly, he had a bunch of friends from Chicago in college.
He knows everything about football.
Morgan, his brain works like crazy. It just hears a fact and keeps it. He can't remember what we had for dinner. It's like one of those kind of things. But anyway, yeah. So Mason only is like newly into football. And so it has just made it so fun for me because I feel like I get to be like the football wife where I'm like, okay, what crock pot meal are we making? Who are we inviting over? What candle are we lighting while this red zone's on? So I just... And I feel like that's a moment of romanticizing my Sundays. Like, I don't give a flying hoot about the football. I like it. I'll watch it, but, I don't care. You know what I mean? I do not care. But it's just the football Sundays themselves that seem so exciting to me. And I just want to have the aroma in the air of my cookies that I'm baking and my chili that I'm making. And I just want it to be like an open invite to whoever likes football, like come over to my house anytime between 12 and 7. Like, you know what I mean? So
absolutely. Yeah, it's just an opportunity to take something that already exists in your schedule and make it something. Make it something that you really love and really
romanticize.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing on mine. I don't even know if that really is considered a bucket list item or more of just something that I'm going to be using to fulfill my fall kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it fits perfectly. And that's the thing I'm most excited for, I think.
Yeah. Well, at the time we're recording this, the first football Sunday's coming up, and I'm coming over.
I know.
So
I texted and said, open invite, ladies.
Yes.
Plus hubbies, I guess. But.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Mine is kind of related, but it is outside of the house. Mm-hmm. So I've actually I've only been to a preseason Chiefs football game at Arrowhead.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know. I'm trying to I think it's the same for Jared. So I really want to go to one home Chiefs game.
Oh, you have to.
They're expensive, but I'm like, honestly, why wouldn't we? And this is kind of morbid, but sometimes these bucket lists, like something in the back of my head is the things that you always say you're going to do. And it's like, you have no idea how much time you have to do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I think
life
about.
just passes you by.
Yeah.
Before you ever did it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And so that's what I think about. I think we talked about that with the summer bucket list too. But just, I try with these lists to think about the things that I'm always saying, oh, I'll do that someday, or maybe one day, or oh, that would be a fun date, or that would be a fun thing to do. Yeah. But things that I never actually make intentional things.
I think that's like what Mom and Dad did with the museum.
Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, we always say we'll take a day trip, we'll take a vacation. But yeah, so I'm going to actually go to a Chiefs game this
you have
season.
to, and I want to go with you.
Really?
Of course. Of course I want to go with you. I love games.
Okay, well, I really want to go before it gets real cold.
Oh, me too. Morgan and I will never go to a cold-ass game again. I went to...
Christmas Eve?
Yes, the Christmas Eve game a couple years ago. It was like -20 outside.
And like people's beers were freezing?
Yes. I could not drink a drink.
I don't want to go to one of those games.
Me either.
I want to go like next
Like an October game.
or next month. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll spend a mortgage with you and we'll just go real quick.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, I love that one. The next one on mine gives me very fall vibes too. Is I really want to have a garage sale. I have never done one in my adult life before, and I know like growing up, I think Mom had a couple, and I know there's so much work. There's so much work for probably so little payout. But I think, just the vibe of it and just the experience. I'm like, wow.
I saw this on your list, and I thought that it was go to garage sales.
No, I want to have
So that's surprising to me that you want to have one. Do you feel like you have enough stuff to have one?
Yes. Yeah. I think in the way where, so you know me, I'm decluttering all the time, like we just talked about. And I've started saving stuff that I'm like, okay, like you haven't gotten a bag of clothes from me in probably like 2 months. And so like
it's not that much time.
I know, but you know how many bags I have? So many, and so many books, and I have furniture because we also will be moving in December. So I'm like thinking of everything that I want to get rid of.
Yeah.
And that I want out of my house. And I'm like, even if it doesn't get bought at the garage sale, like I'm not taking it with me kind of thing. So I really just want to have one. And I also want to have like coffee or hot chocolate.
Oh, to sell, you mean?
Not to give away, but while they're there. Like, would you like a cup of coffee?
So are you thinking like November or something?
No, I want to do like October.
Okay. Gotcha.
I want to do October. I'd love to do it on a weekend where maybe we're open on a Sunday and maybe you can hear the Chiefs game inside.
Ooh.
Blast that shit up to 100 while people are outside shopping.
Okay, maximize your Sunday. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly.
I was going to say, so our HOA, our homeowners association, hosts spring and fall garage sales every season.
Yeah.
And then they have like a dumpster day the next week.
Oh, so
it's intentionally so the whole neighborhood has garage sales, and so it's a little bit easier to promote it. Mm-hmm. And then there's the dumpster day. And we've never done the garage sale because I feel like don't have that much stuff.
Yeah. You guys are pretty minimalist in the things you have.
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you probably have like some wedding stuff and some things like that, or like old decor from other apartments. And by this point, we've kind of gotten rid of some of that.
Right.
But Yeah, I don't know. That sounds really fun though.
I know.
Also,
I really want to do it.
side tangent about you moving in December. There is a house for sale.
Oh.
Literally 0.38 miles from here. I looked at my watch on our walk to see how close it was, and I was like, we could walk to each other.
Well, I'm going to either need you to lend me some money or I'm going to need this podcast to take off because
fair.
I need a down deposit.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, moving on to my next one. This is also very fall vibes.
Okay.
And so last fall, and this is part of why I'm so happy we're doing a fall bucket list, because I am the type of person that like lists and stuff like that, like they're kind of like rules to me.
Yes.
I am like, I feel way more held accountable to actually follow through.
Yeah.
But last fall, I kept saying that I wanted to have at least one fire. And we have a little fire pit in our backyard. We've got a slab of concrete back there that we put the fire pit on. And we have had a couple fires back there. And we have had them with friends over, but last fall we just never had we probably had the opportunity, but we never had friends come over specifically for a fire, so I feel like we never followed through on it.
Yeah, you're like, it's an option, but...
Yeah, but by the time that we thought about having a fire, it was just way too damn cold.
Right.
And so we never had one last year, and I was like, that's one of my favorite things of fall. We've done it every year except last year that we've been in this house. And at least once. So I definitely want to do a fire. Obviously, we'll have s'mores.
Obviously.
Don't know if I can eat the marshmallows with these things in. I'll have to ask my dentist. But anyway,
take them out for the 10 minutes and then,
definitely can have
cut
hot
it back
cocoa
around the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm definitely, we're going to do a fall bonfire, and we've already been kind of like cleaning up the backyard so that it feels a little bit, so that it's not as much work to get it set up, you know?
Yes. Imagine you, Jared, Eddard, just sitting out there around your fire. My first immediate thought was, oh my gosh, you can read so many good fall books out there.
Oh,
which
that's
literally
true.
takes me to my next bullet point of I want to read very fall-centered books.
Okay.
So
what's an example of that?
I literally, this is so funny you asked me that because you just asked if I had any good thrillers, and I brought over 3 books for you, and all of them I would say would be fall books. So one of them was The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, The Silent Patient, and The Kind Worth Killing. Okay. So all of those feel so fall to me. Some other fall reads would be like the Harry Potter series.
Sure.
Those are super fall to me.
Our next book club book.
Yes, the Pumpkin
Spice Cafe.
I'm so excited for that one.
That just sounds freaking adorable.
It sounds like Gilmore Girls in a book.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm so excited for that one.
The woman who wrote it, her name's Lori Gilmore. I was like, what?
Whoa.
Is that a pen name?
It has to be. It has to be because the girl who plays Lorelai, I think her name's Lauren.
Oh, that's right. Graham. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
This girl had to do that.
Ooh, I love it. So
yeah.
have you picked out any fall books yet?
No, I don't think so quite yet. But normally what I'll do whenever I'm feeling like I want books that match my vibe, I'll usually go on Goodreads and I'll literally search like fall books and things like that. And then there will be hundreds of boards already made with hundreds of suggestions. Or I'll even look it up on Pinterest and then find a ton of good ones.
Ooh, that's a good way too.
I read a lot of really cute ones last year. Like ones with witches and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is so fun. And they're really quick reads. But I also read, there was a scary one I read last year. Shelby Apps, if you're listening to this is for you. She loved How to Sell a Haunted House. And it was just because I was on Pinterest, looked up fall books, and I saw that and I was like, oh, that's absolutely a fall book.
Yeah.
And so
that's another thing I love about Goodreads is that you are connected with people and you can see what they're reading, and probably other people will be in the same mood as you wanting to read in fall. So you can just look at each other's, add it to your want to read, all of that.
And then you have more conversation between you.
It's
I love Goodreads.
Fun. And yes,
it's my top 3 social media that I love.
Well, you mentioned Harry Potter, and that's kind of funny because one of my bucket list items is to watch Harry Potter. Now, that's honestly kind of just a given.
Of course.
We always watch Harry Potter at some point in the fall season, and I don't know when that will be, but we will watch all of the Harry Potter movies at some point. It's just you just have to. They're just cozy.
They're so cozy, and the scenery is so good. In the first probably 3, it's so orange.
Yeah,
inside of the movie,
all the candles and all the
all the butterbeer.
Yeah, pumpkins, right? All of it.
Maybe for one of our book clubs, we should tell everyone they have to read the first Harry Potter, and that'll be a November book.
Ooh,
even if people have already read it.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then we can have a Harry Potter themed book club.
OMG, that'll be fun.
Love. Well, my next one is going to be a very traditional fall one, but I want to go to the pumpkin patch with my family.
Aww.
We have gone with Beckett every year so far. Now he just turned 3 like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it just has been a highlight of my life. Like, I just love that boy so much, and seeing him there is so fun, and just, like, being with our family, I love it, and it's actually really funny, because Mason and I always go, and we always pick out pumpkins, and then we never buy them, because we're like, oh, this is, like, $20, I could get a pumpkin for, like, $4 at Hy-Vee, but this year, I kind of want to buy one.
Oh, fun.
Like, I just feel like we should, and then maybe I could try to get all of them to choose a night to, like, carve those pumpkins or something.
Yeah.
But,
Do you guys go to the same one each year?
that's a girl. Yeah, I think so. But I don't know what it is.
Is it the Family Fun Farm in Kearney?
Beats me.
Do they have like the apple cider donuts, and they've got like, you can go and look at the sunflower fields, and there's like a big slide, and like it's huge. There's a big red barn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's on my list too.
Really?
Yeah, we have that tradition, not with any kids.
But it'll make it better when I have one for you.
Oh, so true. But yeah, we have that tradition too. So, and I remember the first year we did it actually it was right after we lost John, and Jared had planned a date, and he planned for us to go to the Family Fun Farm. And I remember I even like cried while we were there. But it was really,
that would have
really
been like immediately after kind of thing.
It was. Yeah, it was. And it was around the month that we lost him, and so it was just really heavy on my mind.
Of course.
And so I remember just feeling so thankful that we were able to go do something, get out of the house, kind of distract from it, and just also there was like live music, and we did pick out pumpkins and we carved them,
so
and we got some of the cider donuts or whatever they are, pumpkin donuts or something.
Yeah, I think they're cider donuts.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's right.
And I think they have like cider and wine and stuff like that too. And so we did some of that, and we went, and it was nice. It wasn't like the perfect day, honestly, but it was just, I remember feeling like it was comfy, and it was.
I feel like you're like looking back at that memory, like nostalgic kind of. Like,
very nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of like one of those bittersweet nostalgia type
Yeah.
feelings. But yeah, so that's on my bucket list too.
I love that bucket list item. My next one is not very, I don't know, kind of folly, but I had this one on my summer bucket list, and it was to make cocktails, but I just never got around to it. And so I think that fall is a good time that you're home a lot more, and
think about how many
like,
cocktails Instagram recommends that are like apple martini, and
that's what I meant, or like
pumpkin,
the caramel, whatever, like,
or like boozy hot chocolate.
Yes. Last fall was where I learned how to make my Bailey espresso martinis, because they're not espresso martinis.
What did you call them? Creamies?
Oh, what did I call them?
You called them like vodka creamies, I think, or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mason called them vodka creamers. And I said, no, they're not called that. What did I call them?
I swear it was like creamy something.
Creamy martinis. My creamy martinis.
That's it for sure.
That's what they were. They were amazing, guys. They were amazing. Very alcoholic, but they were so good.
Yeah.
But yes, all that being said, I want to make more cocktails this fall.
I love that. And I'm glad that I'm not the only one that's pulling something from my fall bucket list, because I had play tennis 3 times on there, but honestly, it just got so hot so fast.
Yeah,
and
it did.
I was like, there's no way. Between the amount of time that we spent outside just on our walks in a day, I was like, I don't want to spend another second doing physical activity outside.
Yeah.
And so, so we never did that. So I am pulling play tennis 3 times into my fall bucket list, and already like this week I've already noticed that it would be a great day for tennis, so I'm really excited about that, and I think it's much more achievable than the summer.
Oh, absolutely. I want to like go outside and play pickleball today, so I am with you, girl.
Yeah,
I love that. Another one on mine, and this one's also a little bit silly, but I love it for me, is I want to get more gold jewelry.
Ooh.
And wear more gold. And I think it's just like wear more jewelry in general. I would love to do, because I really like trying to figure out my style, and this is a whole other thing, but have you ever heard of the rule of 7?
I don't think so.
It's whenever you're picking out your outfit, and you assign points to each amount of clothing. So if you have like a regular t-shirt, that's 1 point. Regular jeans, that's 1 point. Regular shoes, that's 1 point. However, if you have jewelry on, that's 2 points. Or if you have like a fun lace skirt on, that's 2 points. Or a fun patterned shirt, that's 2 points. So basically you want your entire outfit
to equal
7 points. Yeah.
So any kind of staple is 2 points.
And the basics are 1. Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like I always just pretty much wear like basics because I feel very comfortable in basics. And I don't want to change that up too much. So I want to just add in jewelry and like add in some rings and some necklaces. Like I have one necklace that I wear that Lex bought me on my bachelorette trip, but it's got like a pair of boobs on it. So I can't really wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to wear it to work and I'm like, wow, these
I don't remember
have nipples.
her buying that for you. That's so funny.
Yeah, she bought it on one of the days that we were just randomly out and like people were getting coffee and she walked into a shop and was like, I bought this for you. And I was like, oh my God.
That is such a Lex gift.
It really is. It was also around the time that I was really obsessed with boobs and nipples, which I still am.
I was going to say,
Still am. I'm just a little less outspoken about it now.
That's fair. Well, you just said it on the podcast. So.
Sure did. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I love that. So, and I meant statement, not staples. Those are the opposite.
Oh,
so,
yes, I knew what you meant.
Yeah, because my girlfriend Kristen and I, we always talked about this, that she has all statements, and I have all staples. And at some point, if you combined our closet, it was like the perfect mesh.
The perfect closet.
Yeah, because she always says she doesn't have things. She probably does now, but at the time, she was like, I don't have things that I can rewear.
Yeah,
really. She goes for specific occasion outfits, and I go for outfits I can wear any day, every day. But then I can be kind of boring, and she can be like, I can never wear the skin.
Yeah.
So I really like the 7-point method.
Yeah, I just saw it, and I was like, yeah, I definitely want to live by that. Because I feel like finding your style can be hard, and like trying not to wear what everyone else is wearing, because then you just have a closet that is constantly changing kind of thing. And so yeah, I really want to get things that make sense for me while also feeling really good and feeling like I don't know, like the rule of 7.
I love that. And I love, in our summer bucket list episode, you said get swimsuits that you feel good and look good in.
Oh my God, I did.
And yeah, so it's kind of like you have a little teensy fashion thing each season.
Ooh.
So that's fun. So my next one is I'm jumping on the sourdough train. And
yes, ma'am.
But here's why. Now, I've thought for a while, I probably shouldn't be eating none of us should probably be eating the bread that's already prepackaged and whatever in stores. It's probably unhealthy, whatever.
Blah, blah, blah.
I still do it. But yeah, exactly. But a lot of people got on the sourdough train over COVID, and then I've seen even more people kind of get started on it. But I've just never initiated anything with it. It seems interesting, but not. But the reason that I'm going to do it is because Jared's grandma went to Alaska, and she brought us back souvenirs, and one of the souvenirs was saltwater taffy, which I can't eat right now because of my eyeliners. But the other souvenir, and it's so cute, she put Morgan and Jared on the saltwater taffy, but on the sourdough starter, she put Morgan only. So it's a sourdough starter from a bakery or whatever, sourdough place in Alaska.
How cool.
So my sourdough is going to be Alaskan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to definitely do that this fall. I want to use that starter at least once this fall.
I feel like a bunch of our book club girls have done things like that, and I'm sure a bunch of our listeners have too, since it was such like a trend. So
give me any tips.
Any advice or tips, send them over.
Yes.
I love that one. I can't wait to try your sourdough bread. Another one for me, and one of, I think, my last ones for the fall, is I really want to do bar trivia. So I love trivia. Like, I'm super competitive, and even though I don't know a ton of knowledge answers, I go for the good time. Yeah. And I love it. And I would totally go for like some themed trivia. But I know that our friend Shaylin works at Bar K. Oh, yeah. And they do trivia all the time. They just did a Harry Potter one, but it was on the day that we came back from our trip, so I couldn't go. But I think it would just be really cool to find some bars that are doing trivia and then go once a week or maybe like bi-weekly or even once a month with friends?
Yeah, invite us to that because Jared's been wanting to do that.
No way!
Yes, so Johnny's does music bingo on...
We were there that one time.
Yes, and I think it's on Tuesdays, but we play volleyball on Tuesdays, so we never go, obviously.
Yep.
But he had said when we were there a couple times, he was like, oh yeah, we really need to do something like that, like trivia or the music bingo or whatever. So I know that he'd be interested in that, and that would just be a fun thing to do.
Will. Yeah, exactly. Just fun, and like I feel like maybe fall to me is like doing things indoors but with your friends. Whereas like summer is doing things outdoors and being super active and all that.
Yeah.
But fall to me just feels like I should be indoors with all my lovely friends.
Yeah. I feel like summer is a big time of travel, and I did include a little bit. We are not going to travel the rest of this year, like big travel, but I did put on my fall bucket list. We've been talking about for so long, and again, it's one of those things that we're like, oh, maybe someday. But we really want to do just a little trip, like a road trip that we can take Eddard on, because we don't ever take him on our... And
he would love a road trip.
I know, and we took him on one when he was really little.
Yeah.
But he was so scared because he was so little and he hadn't experienced very much and whatever. We took him to Colorado, which is also kind of far.
That's really
far. And then we took him to Columbia when you guys let us use your apartment. And so I really want to take him somewhere like maybe like Omaha or just, honestly, it could be 2 hours away and we could just get a little place that has like a little, even, what are those called? The little houses, tiny house or something, something like that.
Like an
where
Airbnb kind of situation.
Yeah, and we just spend some time outdoors. Maybe we have a fire, you know, that sort of thing.
Like the perfect glamping family, I feel like.
I think we would glamp.
Eddard would love that.
Eddard would love it, and we've really wanted to for a while now. Maybe fall, depending when we go, would be too cold. But we've wanted to for a while to see how he does in the water. Because we kind of feel like he would love it.
I think he would absolutely love it. He
think?
seems like a dog that would splash around the whole time and like jump on his other dog friends that were in there. He would love it.
Yeah, so, but he doesn't ever get in the water at like Barquet, but we think a lake or something like that.
Yeah.
There's this little pond in our neighborhood and he always asks us to go over there, so we take him over there and he sniffs and he gets on the rocks and we're always like, he's gonna jump in. But
One of these days.
Yeah, but he doesn't, but he loves it. So I really want to make that happen. It's a little bit bigger of a bucket list item, but I think that we can make it happen.
I absolutely
if we just
think you guys can
plan it out and I'm excited about it.
And the fact that it can be a road trip and it's almost like the staycation kind of thing.
Definitely.
Like, it could be a one night thing and then you come back the next morning,
we would
you're
just
home by noon.
Yes,
like,
we would just leave like Friday, stay Saturday, come back Sunday, or even I think it'd be great.
I have some places I could recommend to you that I know are close by with like fall or like a nature, but also you don't have to camp kind of thing.
I know there's like Weston is a big, it's like a winery town. I don't know how dog friendly it is, but you know,
could easily find something there.
Yeah, I think that there are places that are within an hour or 2 hours that we could find a dog friendly inn or whatever it is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and still adventure and maybe even do a little hike. He loved the caves in Columbia when we went.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Loved them. He would.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Oh, I love that one.
And he's young. I saw something about your dogs and how... what's the math on this? So, you know how 1 year is like 7 years?
Yes.
So then 1 day is like a week for them in
God.
our lives. So yeah, so when you think about just 1 day, you're like, this is a whole week of their life.
Oh my God, no wonder Waylon gets so bored if we don't play with them for like one day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And so I saw that and it said, take them on the walk, take them on the adventure, take them on the car ride or whatever, because today is like a whole entire week for them.
Yeah, I really like that. We saw a quote, and Mason really loved this one, was it can be for dogs and kids because the thing was about dogs, but I took it as kids. But it was like, if you take them along, they might slow you down, but maybe that's the point. And he was like, I love that because it just gives you time to like soak everything in. And I mean, I feel like that's like what this fall bucket list is about too.
Yeah.
Just soaking everything in. So my last one on my bucket list is and I think maybe you had this on your summer one, but I want to take better care of my nails this year.
Ooh.
And which is funny because I have a bunch of shit under them right now. I don't know what it is. I think it's from this microphone. But I want to take better care of my nails this year, and I always like painting them. So I'll probably continue doing that, but I think it'd be kind of nice to start getting like gel manicures and things like that.
Ooh.
And just trying to take care of my cuticles because I'm really bad about biting them, and I'd love to be better about it. And you were actually there whenever.
I know your sister-in-law Abby is really good at that, and she's gotten really good at her nails. But she doesn't get like gel manicures, right? She gets her regular nails.
It's her regular nails, which is amazing. But she gave me some cuticle oil, and I've been using them like crazy. I'll give you some. It's a bottle that her nail lady gives her when she runs out. So I've been using it like crazy, and not only do I feel like it is strengthening my cuticles, but it's keeping me from biting them because I can't bite them if I have oil on them. So every time I notice myself like starting to pick or things like that, I'm like, oh, give me my cuticle oil. And I put it all on my fingers, and then I can like spend time, still touching my fingers, because I think that's what it is for me, is like the fidget aspect of like biting and picking at my fingers. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I've really loved that, and I really want to take better care of them.
Full disclosure, I did talk to you about adding that to my summer bucket list, but I never did. And the reason, to be totally honest, the reason was because I didn't think that I could follow through with it. And I am just so obsessed with like achievable goals and whatever. And I didn't have any sort of plan for it. So I was like, I don't really know what to do. But I will admit, I've already noticed that having these aligners in, I can't bite the skin around my nails.
No, you can't.
And so I still will pick a little bit. Yeah. And like you said, it's a little bit of just a
like a fidgeting.
Nervous habit kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how much better my like skin around my nails gets.
Oh, I think it'll
and
be
if
so
I use
much
this
better.
cuticle oil that you give me.
I'll pour it in a bottle for you.
Yeah.
No, it really is good.
Well,
not sponsored.
Yeah. We don't even know the brand.
Nope.
Well, my last one you're actually a part of. I just added it because, and I think I did this with the summer one too, but things that I was already planning for before we did the bucket list. But I was like, honestly, this is such a bucket list item.
Absolutely.
We got our sister Jordan, who is obsessed with Jesse McCartney, tickets to the Midland Theater on November 2nd to go see him. And
we're going to go see freaking Jesse McCartney.
Yeah. So our sister Jordan and Julia we're all going. And I don't know if Chloe Love was interested or not.
I don't think she was.
Okay.
She was like, I don't know a single song except for maybe Beautiful Soul. And we were like, well, you should stay home then.
Yeah. So when you talk about nostalgia.
Oh, yeah,
Jesse
baby.
McCartney. Yeah, those tickets were like $40 or something. So
my
it
God.
was such a good deal. And I love the Midland. And so it's going to be... And that's like toward the end. Well, I guess November 2nd. I don't know when fall technically ends.
It's still totally fall.
Okay, I was going to say...
I think it's fall all the way until Thanksgiving. Like, for me, it's totally still fall.
So, yeah. So, it's toward the end of fall, at least, which is kind of fun to have bucket list items that you can kind of do throughout the entire season. Yeah. But, yeah, so that was my last one.
I love that one. It's so funny. So, this will be my third time seeing Jesse McCartney.
My second.
Which is hilarious. I know, yeah.
Didn't you see him at Mizzou?
Yeah. So, I'm at Mizzou with one of my friends there, and we were, like, it was in, like, a lecture hall, basically. But I don't know how to describe it. It was in a place. You would know it if I knew the name of it, but I don't know what it's called. But it was awesome. So if you are listening to this and you're like, wait, Jesse McCartney, that could be fun, go.
Was it in Memorial?
Fun. No, it wasn't a Memorial.
That's okay. We don't have to. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, if you're listening to this and you're like, wait, should I? Yes, you should. It's such a good time.
Come with us, baby.
So fun. Yeah, come with us. Tag along. He is so fun, and he's still so cute. And
he's so cute. It's so crazy. Cute. He has to have like Botox and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he looks so young. But he is so fun because he engages the audience and he makes funny faces and he
like acts like he's still 16 with like body language and things like that, and I'm like, like he pulls girls on the stage during Beautiful Soul.
Total teen pop type of star. Still talk about nostalgia. Love it so much. Yes. So that kind of wraps up our fall bucket list episode.
Yes, it does.
Please share with us what you guys are adding to yours. We will make a template again. We made one last time of the summer bucket list. So we'll make a template again if you want to do one on Instagram so that you can keep track privately or publicly by sharing on your stories.
I will say that if you do like make it public or just at least tell some friends, that they will keep you accountable without even meaning to. Yeah. So like after our summer bucket list, I would say like, oh, I'm going to go do this tomorrow. And I know I have multiple people be like, wasn't that on your bucket list? And I'm like, yes, it was. Or they'd be like, oh, have you played pickleball? Yeah, I know that was on your bucket list. And I'm like, oh, no, I haven't, but I need to. Like, it's just a fun thing that your friends who care about you and listen to you, they'll like be interested to know what you're doing.
Well, I think that's why our brother-in-law specifically texted us one day and was like, hey, we should go to the Royals game. It's summer bucket list.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because I hadn't planned out what Royals game I was going to go to, but it made it so much more fun to just all go together.
Yeah, and to help you achieve it. And you're like, wait, I want to do it too.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, I think that's so fun.
Yes. So, yeah, share it with a friend, share it with a girlfriend, husband, kids, whatever you got to do to get this fall bucket list rolling.
Make the most of your fall.
Make the most of it. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you have a great rest of your week, and we love you. Cheers.